Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to some more F1 24, my team career. This time for the Canadian Grand Prix, my favourite track. So let's see if we do any better than in the first two races of the season.
Welcome back everybody, we're here in Canada at the wonderful Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Who's going to come out fastest of all in the next hour? Yes, it's time for qualifying.
Okay, so here I am out for my flying lap around what is probably my favourite circuit in Formula 1 currently. Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, it just has everything for me. It has a nice flowing kind of section of Sector 1 and Sector 2, then Sector 3 they're all flat out through the Wall of Champions, just going as fast as possible, getting through there without crashing, but going as fast as possible. It's just one of my favourite tracks, if not my top favourite track. And let's see how well we do during qualifying. Currently we are sitting P22, and what I actually did after this race, I did actually change the AI down. I still haven't recorded that race, but we'll see how that goes. I've changed it from 95 down to 90, so we'll see how that goes. If it does make it too easy, I'll crank it up a bit, but I just want to be, within shouting range of my teammate, and currently I am not, so we'll see how it goes after that. But let's focus on this first, this Canadian Grand Prix, as we cross the line in dead last. Not really good, hoping for more to come with more upgrades. We did, I'm pretty sure, have one minor upgrade for this Grand Prix, so I guess we'll see what we can do with it and see if Max Verstappen wins from Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to the variant of this track back in 1978, and it was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. It's one of the fastest races of the season here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 60% of this 2.7 mile circuit taken at full throttle. There are 14 corners to navigate, the very last of which has its very own infamous history and could be the cause of a safety car today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Sainz, Russell, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Oscar Piastri, Norris, Ocon, Stroll, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Bottas, Magnussen, Joe, Hulkenberg, Sargent, Vesti, Red, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Alongside me here in the commentary box today, former racing driver extraordinaire Naomi Schiff. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race, but I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
So here we are, right and ready. In P21, as Albon actually got a penalty, so it's lights out and away we go as we get a pretty okay start. Nothing really extraordinary, actually nearly falling back from Albon. Trying to slide down the inside over here with our teammates side by side, go out really wide, just barely get enough traction to actually stay within and actually pull back and actually overtake Vesti as we now go down the inside of Sargent. With this bad car, I just need to push as much as possible on the opening lap and actually overtake not even just to hold the positions, just to actually have some entertainment and enjoyment out of the race, as we kind of lose the car there and bash wheels with Sargent over there. Luckily no damage for either of us in that contact, but definitely should avoid that going forward, as we now settle down in P20, still far away from the P10 that we kind of want to be at to actually score some points, but we'll see what it's like next race. But yes, no more of that. Let's actually focus on this again, as I said. So P20, can we send it down the inside of Sargent, down this long back straight? We actually got a really kind of bad exit, so out of the hairpin over there, so we are actually quite far back, and even with using a little bit of overtake down the back straight over here, we couldn't really pull back, and it's just really hard what to do with the setup, because I want to of course be fast in the straights as we skip forward to lap 3, as Vestia's right on the back of me. And can we actually defend going down into T1 over here with Albon just behind him? Yes, we can. We go out a little wide over there. Luckily still kind of close enough to actually still keep the door shut, and Vesti still behind us. On lap 4, towards the end of lap 4, once again, DRS of course activated, and we are trying to keep our teammate and Albon behind, but as we can see out in front, Sargent 3.3 seconds ahead, and actually running out of ERS over here. That means Vesti overtakes us, as we had to use a lot to kind of stay in front of him before, and that means double DRS from Albon means that he's going to have a go at me, but I kind of go a little bit defensive over there, a little bit of a late move for me over there, if I say so myself. But go out wide, the car doesn't turn, doesn't grip, and we lose both positions within about 2 corners, which isn't ideal. As on lap 5, still kind of keeping pace with the guys ahead, but as you can see, they're just slowly pulling back. But actually we get a 3-second penalty over there. Not good over there. Just took a really weird kind of line to keep within DRS range of the guys ahead, but of course that didn't happen, and we get another warning already on lap 5 going on to 6. So already 3-second penalty. Are we going to get another couple penalties in this race, as we, I'm pretty sure, make contact with the back of Vesti's car, if not contact, just lightly scraping the back of his car, but that was too close for comfort. Talking about too close for comfort, as we nearly lose the car over there, we get another 3-second penalty. So it's lap 7 and we are already on 6-second penalty. Now I'm pretty sure I also changed the corner cutting to I had it on like strict. I'm pretty sure I moved it down 1. Not really sure if that's like standard or something, or lenient, I'm not really sure. But I moved it down because, I mean, yeah, I'm cutting corners over there, but AI is AI, and they are not going to cut corners as often and get these penalties probably ever. So I have to kind of keep myself in check and actually make sure that I actually can do something against them as well. So yeah, move that down for the next race. As on lap 12 over here, as we can see, moved onto the hard tyres, took an early pit stop because my tyres were going off a cliff like they have been in every single race this season so far. And as we get another 3-second penalty on lap 15, as I was trying to push to move up to the drivers ahead because they were pitting, but as we can see, Albon comes out 8 seconds ahead. So even though we pitted way earlier than everyone else, it's just these tyres just go off. The car doesn't have no grip, no pace yet, and can we overtake our teammate? We move up to P21, but he has a straight line over there. We have a couple corners to navigate before we manage to get onto the back of him, and we manage to, I guess we gained time on Vesti, but I mean that's not really, we should have really been ahead and fighting with the cars ahead and not just barely managing to fail and undercut on our teammate. So lap 17, and nothing has really happened. Lap 22, moving on, as you can see on the mini-map, we are just miles behind our teammate, and the leading pack has just gone past the hairpin when we are just about to cross the finish line. As Albon actually DNFs from the race, so I guess there's another race where we are still stone dead last, but because of other people's DNFs, means that we aren't going to finish P22, and we actually haven't finished P22 yet. I'm pretty sure our best finish so far is P21, but I guess now that changed to a P20 as George Russell DNFs from this race, and there's a virtual safety car deployed. So let's keep up to the delta and not get another penalty for that. I'm not really sure what happened with George. Are we going to pass him? Where is he? He is just before, or just basically at the last chicane on the circuit. So I'm not really sure if he crashed. We are going to pass him, and I guess we'll see if we can see anything over there. As we can see, virtual safety car, nothing really to do, just I guess warm up your tyres if you want, or just as we get a 3-second time penalty right in the same place that we did, and actually a warning as well, so a penalty and a warning straight away as well. So yeah, good that I turned it down, because I mean, yes, not really driving within the track limits, but I mean, I had that on strict, and strict is too strict. I'm pretty sure George Russell just crashed out over there. I think I saw a damaged front wing, or at least some sort of carbon fibre was laying next to the car. I was on lap 26, we pit once again. I'm pretty sure this was meant to be a one-stopper, but our tyres, hard tyres, after about 10 laps, 13 laps, were already going off. So the only actual tyres I had left were these softs. So we have 10 laps to go on the softs, actually 9 laps to go, so still a lot, but less fuel, so maybe we can do something. But we are still in the Red Split Racing car so far. It hasn't really brought us any luck, and as we get lapped over there, actually we got lapped right as soon as we got into the pits by Verstappen and leading pairs. And as we can see, just currently just getting lapped by basically half the grid. As we make contact with the McLaren of Piastri, I'm pretty sure that was. I actually turned the name tags on as well, because it's kind of hard to commentate not knowing who I'm looking at. Can't really see the numbers from here of the drivers. So yes, making contact. Luckily no damage for us, because that would have just been an absolute disaster. I mean, the first 3 races have been a disaster so far. I just hope changing some things going into race 4 helps at least make it a little bit more interesting, because struggling to get points, upgrades is interesting, but being P20 45 seconds behind our teammate isn't really that interesting on lap 30 out of 35, as we keep getting lapped by more and more of the drivers. As I'm pretty sure when we were leaving the hairpin over there, Max Verstappen was going past the start to finish straight, so basically we had like positions flipped in about a matter of 50 laps or so, if not even less. So it just shows how slow our car is. And lap 31, 45 seconds behind our teammate, 60 seconds behind the closest driver not in our car. And just as we can see, trying to get traction down, but these softs have gone off so quickly, even with the reduced fuel load towards the end of the race, of course, because we've used all of it up, or majority of it up throughout the race. Just trying to get some slipstream from the cars around, just to see if we can actually maybe get close to our teammate. But with these tyres, they just went off, and as we can see, our best is a 1:14.7, and that last lap was a 1:17.7, I think it was. I did not see properly, but yeah, losing time on these tyres definitely wasn't the right decision to make. I think sticking out on the hards would have probably been better. We would have lost, one less pit stop time to everyone, and at least wouldn't be so far behind and just losing time anyways, even with that extra pit stop. So not really working out for us so far. As I said, I just hope that moving forward onto the next race, it improves, and at least we can start fighting, maybe not for points straight away, but for better positions up ahead and not just dead last. And as you can see over here, moving up to the hairpin, our teammate Vesti is just entering kind of like the sector 2 zone, so he was probably about 5 to 10 laps away from outlapping us as well with these tyres. As you can see, they're absolutely dead the rears, 35% and 30%, so you know, no question as to why we are losing so much time around these corners and straights, or I guess acceleration zones. As we cross the line, P20, our best finish so far, but I mean, it's still bad, and we are only here and not P22 because of a couple DNFs, as Oscar Piastri gets driver of the day, and you know, hopefully we will be aiming for that soon.
There was no Verstappen, Max Verstappen, he takes victory.
There was never a moment of doubt today. You could tell that they completely had it under control, and that is a sign of greatness.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
So there we go, Max Verstappen wins from pole from Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. Now for us, of course, as I said, it wasn't really that much of a race, but hopefully we can move on and get further positions. And you know, hopefully within a couple of seasons' time we will be racing these top drivers for the wins and championships. But for now, that is game. So if you guys enjoyed, like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.